Hello, everybody. My name is Jamila Blue. I am a transformation coach, an astrologer, and I am here today to talk about those voices in our head. How often have you limited yourself because that critic within you is just saying you can't do something, or that doubt part of you is saying, why even bother? You're not going to succeed. Or that part of you that just doesn't feel courageous, that fear part of you just tells you that you shouldn't do it because there's too much of a risk. There's too much at line that you're putting yourself on the line for, that it's just not safe. So, one of the things that I learned many years ago, and it was something that I was really surprised about when I first heard it. And maybe you won't be, but maybe you will be. Either way, for me, it was something that was incredibly valuable because once I realized and was told a a a spiritual mentor of mine many years ago had told me, Jamila, you are not your thoughts. You are the self, the I am behind your thoughts. And that was a revelation for me because I didn't realize that I wasn't my thoughts. I thought it was me speaking through. When I heard that inner critic speaking loudly, I thought that that was just simply me. That aspect of me. I never realized that there was a separation between my thoughts. How often do we, you know, maybe something that maybe something happened to us by another individual and we think very harmful thoughts about them, and then we shame ourselves about feeling or thinking those thoughts. It's natural to feel, it's natural to have those thoughts come up. And so what was so helpful for me once I recognized that I am not my thoughts was recognizing that the shame and the guilt that I felt when I was sending that bad juju, those bad vibes, those bad thoughts, I was sending that individual daggers, right, for the wrongs that they committed me. And once I realized that I am not my thoughts, that I don't have to feel shameful when thoughts come up that um, aren't the most positive, if you will. There's certainly lots of positive thoughts that come up as well. However, we seem to just take those. We don't think twice about those. It doesn't seem, or I don't, or haven't in the past anyway. So this was just a really big revelation because since then I'm able to recognize that there's each of these parts of me. When I feel angry, I recognize that this is a part of me that's feeling angry. I am not angry. It's not me, the soul essence of me, that that higher dimension of me. It's that thought that's coming through. So my the reason that I wanted to bring this up was, often I have conversations with individuals who are, just very, you know, uh, taking on all of the thoughts that they have, and it's become such a burden for them, and it really just breaks, having problems or issues with their belief systems. Um, and once we're able to give our thoughts that separation, when we're able to approach it from a witness point of view, as an observer, I see my thoughts, I observe them as they're coming through. Those moments of monkey mind when I see my monkey mind jumping all over the place. It just it sheds another light on it. It sheds another dimension on it because as soon as I can recognize my thoughts are not me, I then have the ability to shift my thoughts. I can then make a decision of when something negative comes through my mind, or if I feel fearful about something and it's limiting me. I can recognize it as fear, and this is what's coming up, and that I don't have to listen to that fearful part of me. I can say, hey, fear, I hear you, I recognize you, I've got this, I'm resourced, I know I can handle this. Go ahead and take a seat, fear, and you know, we'll come back and we'll have a talk another time. So by being able to have these conversations with these parts of us that get in our way of being our most authentic self, of getting in the way of being fully online, getting in the way for living, this fear is just such a limitation, and it cripples us. It's so crippling. And so by seeing it, recognizing it, and choosing another way, I say courage. I mean, what is courage? It's facing fear in the eye and making and choosing to move forward anyway, right? And so that's the only thing that separates fear from courage, is I'm going to take action and do it anyway despite the fear. So having those moments of being able to look these emotions and these belief systems and these thoughts that come through, and just embracing them and loving them and saying, hey, we're good. And most importantly, not allowing our thoughts to consume us in this downward spiral that can just be so limiting. Life is meant to be lived fully, completely, engaged, from our most high self, to be able to move forward in the most beautiful way. We have each and every day to be able to live fully. And why waste it being paralyzed by the limiting thoughts and beliefs and criticisms and self-doubts and all of the thoughts that come through? So y'all, you are not your thoughts. That is what I have for you today. If you found this helpful or meaningful in any way, or you'd like to get more of these tips and tricks and downloads for personal development and mind shifts and that sort of thing, please visit my website, Jamila Blue. I do have options to be able to schedule a session for a discovery call for my coaching program, or if you'd like to book an astrology session. I love to be able to bring astrology in as well. So that's what I have. Until the next time, and like and subscribe, and I will see you on the other side, y'all.